Okay, I know it's been a really long time since I've done a video tutorial for craft leftovers, but when I was faced with today's tutorial, I realized it's going to be a bazillion times easier to do a video tutorial than try to step this out. Making origami stars is such a easy process that shooting photos for it just doesn't really make sense because it's so few steps, it's so quick to come together. It'll take me like 3 minutes to show you, if that, and you'd be like, oh, that's so easy, I'm gonna make those, which is ultimately the goal of craft leftovers, is to get you to make stuff too. So basically, I have these paper strips. Every time I make an issue of craft leftovers monthly, I trim it down and I get 10 strips for each issue. And so if I trim those in half, they're the perfect size to make Lucky Stars. So generally, I'll trim them and they'll be about 3/8 of an inch wide, sometimes a half an inch wide. And then I'm going to make all these cute little stars. And I'm always looking for things to make out of these paper strips. I've woven baskets, I've woven little coasters, I've added them to my compost pile, heck, I've even recycled them because I'm just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with all these strips? And so now I've just kind of kept a little cup of them at my desk, and whenever I get bored or fidgety or just, stuck or whatever, I'll just fold a little lucky star, and so now I'm getting quite a few of those, and now it's like, okay, what am I gonna do with all these lucky stars? But whatever, I'll figure that one out. I figure there's loads of ideas out there, and what are you gonna make with them? Leave me a comment, let me know. Anyway, so I'm gonna cut over to my little craft table and show you how to make these things. So what you're gonna need to make little lucky origami stars is paper strips. These are 11 inches by ½ inch wide, but you can use any size. The only thing is they just need to be long enough that they wrap around about 6 to 8 times, so it's thick enough to actually push it out into the star shape. Okay, step 1. Tie a knot at the end. Make the knot so there's just a little overhang, little tail, and you're going to cinch it closed, and you want to make sure you're not tearing the paper, and like here, this is actually bad, you don't want that much wiggle room, so you just want to kind of keep playing with it, tightening it up until all the sides are approximately the same size. Then you're going to have a short little tail that you'll fold in if you want to. If you have perfectionist tendencies, as many of my friends do, you can actually tuck this right inside itself. So it's really nice and clean, even on the inside where you can't see. So now you have a little pentagon shape, and all the sides are approximately the same size. And this is the part that actually tripped me up. I thought that you were supposed to tuck this strip back in, but you actually just fold it over, and you keep folding it over until your strip runs out. And because all the sides are the same size and same angle at each bend, it'll direct you where you need to fold it next. So one fold will naturally progress to the next fold. Excuse the extreme angle of my camera. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit. I'm actually using my MacBook to record this. So now that I've folded it all the way around, you have just this one little end left. And since it's a little longer than the star is wide, I'm just going to fold that end before I tuck it in. And if you want, if you have scissors on hand or an X-Acto knife, you can simply trim that. And then I'll actually show you what I'm doing. You tuck the ends in. That last little piece, you just tuck it in, and you can kind of push on the sides to get it to go in, to open up just ever so slightly so you can feed it through. And you don't want to crease it, you want to just kind of gently roll it. Sorry, my hand keeps getting in the way. You just want to gently roll it until it's tucked in. Get that hand out of there. Tucked in completely. And so now you have this nice pentagon shape, and you're gonna smash the sides. Yep, smash them, or I guess firmly press the sides, so that way it opens up into a nice star shape. And I use my thumb and forefinger of both hands to just really gently work it out. And it'll take a couple tries. I actually ruined quite a few of these little guys. And then you can use one hand to press the points and then your other hand to kind of hold the shape. Just kind of keep going around until you have really nice, well-defined points. And that's it. You've got a little Lucky Star. Excuse the switching of the hands around so much. And as you can see, I've made quite a few today, and this one was my ruined attempt where I totally smashed it. But that's okay. Anyway, that's it. It's so easy, and that's why I decided just, okay, I'll go ahead and just shoot a video tutorial, even though I can be a little shy on camera. You can decorate them. They're really easy. Like if you want to line them up on a bunch of newspaper, you could spray paint them. You could also take a paintbrush and just brush a little paint on each side to give them a little color. You could spray them with glitter if, like the Crafty Chica, you love all things glittery. You could douse them in glitter. And as I was putting this together, I was thinking, well, what could you do with little Lucky Stars? And really, I think it would be really fun to string them together to make long strands of them, and you can make little bracelets or necklaces for your kids, or you could hang them as a garland, or almost like a popcorn garland around a tree. You could actually use these to decorate your tree this holiday. Heck, if you start now, and if you're like me and you just kind of do it whenever you're fidgety, you might have quite enough of a collection to do that. You could just use a needle and thread, maybe like some utility grade thread for buttons. Alright, that's it for today. Happy crafting!